no bi akwaba Ahmed Suale no ne anas eye adwuma enkofo bi kokon in 2019 abusuafo ede nsem atudwa na mebema wo brief background and sound mapo audio na mawati Monday na police eche abranche bi efre na kwesi amache previously na one anas ene Ahmed Suale awawi eye adwuma e Tiger PI na anas eyi akwesi amache di because according to kwaku baako no na akwesi amache no odi nsemhu bi wo Tiger PI adwuma mu nti anas yi na di ti anas yi na di according to kwaku baako no and this akwesi amache no efa certain pictures and videos of Ahmed Suale and what the coin to what the coin no koton de ma eye Kennedy Agyapong those pictures na Kennedy Agyapong de be good ni TV so na two so a enam so ma obi kokun eye Ahmed Suale no na after Ahmed Suale ewu no this akwesi amache no edwane ko she UK ba wasaba Ghana hananse ya na odwen sese asem na yede aye foolish case into obai na police ayede achim na endro mo de ne court and remand no se onkoshe prisons na umbra court bio on the 1st of April na no and Ahmed Suale abusuafo ede nsem sei atudwa se omuda new IGP awabai ase se obo ne homodene na asema omani na so mpo asemi esidada do omani nda so but wasa tinya revive asem omientie mense obi am omientie nsema Ahmed Suale abusuafo ede tudwa.
Businessman Daniel Owusu-Kranting has been remanded by the Medina District Court for the murder of investigative journalist Ahmed Suale, who was killed in 2019. Prosecution indicated that the suspect sold the photographs of Ahmed Suale to the Member of Parliament for Asin Central, Kennedy Agyapong. Now, the lawyer for the accused, Kofi Ahmed, describes the charge against his client as frivolous, shambolic. Take a look.
What transpired is that the police hurriedly put a charge sheet together. A charge sheet on an offense of murder. First, we're talking about abatement. Today, we sprung up with a surprise charge sheet with one count of murder. And they told the court to remand our client. We have nothing on our client. It's just a multitude of suspicions and allegations and hearsays that have been put together. And the law never crystallized any evidence. It is just for someone's career to shoot up and someone else to go down. And that's what they are doing. It's just mere witch hunting.
Let's stay on this matter because the persons who have also, not just the general public, the persons who are directly affected by all the happenings is the family of Ahmed Suale. Dr. Mustafa Idrisu is the spokesperson for the late Ahmed Suale's family, joining us on the telephone right now. Dr. Mustafa Idrisu, good evening. Thank you for joining us here on Ghana Tonight.
Good evening and thank you for having me.
Now, how's the family taking all of this, the new turn of events after having to wait for almost, 6 years? Now there's a suspect who's been arrested in police custody and the court hearing today. How are you dealing with this?
Yeah, so good evening to you and good evening to your viewers. As a family, I mean, if you have been waiting for something and that thing happens to come to you at a time that you are not even expecting it, you need to be very happy. So the family is happy that at least for the first time since 2019, just around the same March, something positive has come up. A suspect has been arrested, so the family is happy about that.
I see. Now, the court proceedings earlier today captured the prosecution making the point that Ahmed Suale had at some point mentioned the name of this suspect as also one that is alleged to have sold his pictures to Kennedy Agyapong. Does the family have any records of this?
As a family, we leave some of these things with the prosecutors and the Ghana Police Service. they have much more information than what the family has. Whatever information we have given it out to the prosecutors. And since the matter is in court, we don't want to preempt anything, because immediately we also start to go to air and we start talking about the kind of information we have, then we are going to jeopardize the investigation. So we'll leave this one at that.
I see, but during this long wait with very little detail as to the investigation, and we're all asking questions as to what the update was, until just this last 3 days we got this information of this suspect being arrested. How has the family been coping?
Yeah, it's been anxiety. I mean, from one point to the other, everybody has been very, very anxious, just trying to look at what is going to happen next. Because anytime you meet the police CID, they tell you that they are having investigations, and then that when they get any information, they will let us know. So we've been anxious to get to this particular point, and we are glad that at least the anxiety would come down. Once a suspect has been arrested, the anxiety would definitely come down. But over the period, the family has been very anxious.
Today in court, you heard the lawyer for the suspect, and we just played that video describing the charge of murder against his client as frivolous and shambolic. You know, and I'm sure as a family, you were there in court. How did you take all this?
You know, at the end of the day, a lawyer would want to defend his client. So we take this as a defense mechanism. The prosecutors will do their work. The lawyer too will do their work. The judge will listen to the two parties. And at the end of the day, a judgment will come out of that. It is not for us as a family to determine the kind of charges that the prosecutors are going to put across. They know the law, they understand the law, we do not. And for that matter, it is their duty. So definitely, I don't think anybody would expect the lawyer for the accused person to come out and say that the charge sheet was a very good one. He's not going to praise the prosecutors. He's going to come out with a defense mechanism. So whatever he is saying is a defense mechanism. So he's defending his client. And he has to make it against the prosecutors. The prosecutors know what they are doing. I believe so. I believe they know what they are doing. And that is how come they presented such a charge sheet.
Well, Dr. Mustafa Idris, I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us. I know that this case hasn't been adjourned to April 1. That's the next hearing. So we definitely will get back to you on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Mustafa Idris speaks for Ahmed Suale, the late Ahmed Suale's family. These are the timelines, major dates of this case over the last almost 6 years. January 16, 2019, this incident happened. Ahmed Suale was shot by an unidentified motorbike assailant in Medina. January 17, that same year, the next day, the Ghana Police Service formed a 13-member committee to investigate. Suale's family accused Kennedy Agyapong of inciting the murder, which Kennedy Agyapong has consistently denied. Why? The reason being what he did on television, the Net2 TV, putting Ahmed Suale's pictures on the screen prior to his murder. February 19, 2019, the Director General of the CID, Mamiya Tiwa Dodankwa, at the time, reported significant progress in the case, though no details were provided. March 29, 2021, the former IGP met with the Attorney General regarding this unresolved homicides, including Ahmed Suale's case, received the CID report. 2021, same year, July 2027, the Attorney General, Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, was in Parliament. He indicated that no prosecutable docket had been submitted and noted he's going to follow up with the IGP then, James Opombueno. And this particular expression of no prosecutable docket being made available has been consistent, because in February 2024, 5 years after the murder, the Attorney General reiterated that same position, that no prosecutable dossier had been presented. And then we're talking about just some 3 days ago, Daniel also granting a former associate at the Taga IPI, arrested upon return from the UK after previously evading police summons. So that's what it is. Now, earlier today on 3FM 92.7, I spoke to the lawyer for the accused. That's Daniel also granting. That's a Kofi SL Hackman. He indicated why he described the charge of murder against his client as shambolic. Take a look.
Let's paint a picture. Someone says, I have evidence. You see the facts of the charge sheet says he has given pictures. That's what they say. They claim. It's just on an allegation for now. We leave it in the realms of allegations. Then you come back and charge him with murder. Wherein you didn't see him at the crime scene, you don't have any murder weapon, you haven't connected him in any way to anything. All you say is he gave pictures, and then the pictures have resulted in a murder of somebody, and you charge him with murder. I don't know, you know the elements of murder. So I don't know where. That's why I said it's shambolic. That's why I described it as being shambolic. I won't show them their work, but then it's quite bizarre that they come on that score just to get a remand, just to make it sensational by throwing just charge at him murder. I mean they should know better. The people who just arraign him before the court. And then it's not a small charge, and it's not a small offense too. And that there are steps to be taken. If you are not ready, you don't come asking for remand in such instance when its investigation is supposed to be in perpetuity with the state's resources. You curtail someone's independence at the incompetence or the shortfall of the state's investigative machinery. He's a citizen of Ghana, and he should be deemed innocent, not deemed guilty. That is not what the Constitution Article 19 says. Otherwise, we are presuming guilt on him right now. There's that presumption of guilt on him. He's a media person. Ahmed is a media person. My heart goes out to the family, the wife and the children. That doesn't mean a young man should just take a fall for this.
As Kofi SL there says his client is taking a fall for this, but this is a matter that's playing out in court. April 1, the case will be heard again. We will